Now on Denver 7 News at 7 a.m. on Local 3, mask mandates rolling back for the first time since November, where you won't have to cover up.
Also drama in Douglas County as students and teachers head back to the classroom today. New details this morning as some school board members are accused of foul play.
And on this Black History Month, we are shining a spotlight on our state's rich history. This morning, we're remembering the legacy of one of Colorado's founders,
which highlights our high country, and it's a site you can visit today. Good Friday morning to you. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Meteorologist Lisa Hidalgo is here with a look at the forecast. Lisa, starting out with another really cold one.
Yeah, it's a little frosty out there. Beautiful, though. You can see just how clear the skies are. From City Park, we're under a mostly sunny sky. Still plenty of snow on the ground. It's going to take some time to get melting, get all of it melted, but obviously we're going to see some warmer conditions as we head into the weekend. This morning, some single digits to low teens. Lakewood right now 8, but Highlands Ranch here at 16. Firestone and Erie right now 4 below, so it's a little bit colder up to the north from Erie north up to Fort Collins. On our emoji cast here, though, some single digits this morning. Lots of sunshine here pretty soon. Within the next 20 minutes, it's going to get pretty bright, and then right around freezing by noon. So it's going to warm up a lot faster today, and we're talking highs right around 40 degrees this afternoon. So warmer today. We're going to tack on another 7 to about 10 degrees tomorrow. Even better Saturday. There's another cold front this weekend, and I'll show you how that impacts our Sunday forecast coming up.
I want to start with some interesting news I just got from CDOT. They say they have Highway 6 closed down from Highway 119, so outside Central City Blackhawk, all the way down to Golden, only on the eastbound side for now. They say there's damage at tunnel number 1. Tunnel number 1 is just a little bit west of Golden. It's not too far going up the canyon, that tunnel number 1 there, because they count them from that way over to this way, and then continuing all the way over to I-70. But this is where they have it closed down temporarily, just the eastbound side, so I-70 is going to be the alternate there. Take a look at the overall map, and you still see quite a bit of traffic here on I-70. I want to take you to the camera there after Pecos, where you can see that left lane still remains blocked from this crash. Hopefully they'll be cleaning this up here in just a minute, but they have very few cars going through as they're trying to move it over. They're all trying to move it over to the side and clear all lanes, and so hopefully we'll have all lanes open in just another minute. But the rest of the drive looks pretty heavy for us. Not only there, 270, as folks were using that as an alternate route.
Well, for the first time since November, people in Denver can be indoors without their mask on.
Yeah, there are still some exceptions, but we want to bring in Denver 7's Veronica Acosta. And Veronica, Denver is the first of several metro counties dropping the mask requirements.
It is, and starting today, if you come to spots like where we are this morning, Larimer Square, there's these restaurants and shops. You're not going to have to wear those masks unless they specifically ask you to put them on. Of course, inside of Denver schools and child care facilities, you're still going to have to wear those. So Denver Mayor Michael Hancock, he chose not to extend the city and county's mask mandate. This was a choice he made back on Monday. Officials said they're allowing data to lead their decision here, adding a downward trend of COVID-19 cases since late January led them to this. And then other cities and counties across the Front Range, they aren't too far away from where Denver is. Broomfield's mask mandate, that ends today. Jefferson County voted to end its mask mandate on February 18th. Meantime, Adams and Arapahoe's mandates expire tomorrow. And despite those mask mandates expiring across the Front Range, of course, businesses can choose to keep them. And officials ask customers and patrons to be respectful if they do.
Other businesses and venues may decide to continue to require masks or proof of vaccination. They are well within their rights to do so, and we should support them for doing what they feel is necessary. I want to be clear and ask the public, please, this is no reason to give their staff a hard time.
Mayor Michael Hancock added that should the city and county see a, quote, major spike, then he's open to making these adjustments again, and that does include reinstating a mask mandate. We're live in downtown Denver on Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Thank you, Veronica. The Children's Museum of Denver is set to reopen tomorrow, which has been closed for 10 days over reactions from visitors to its mask policy. And when the museum reopens, you will still need to wear a mask, and you'll also need a reservation now. The White House is preparing to send out vaccines for kids under 5 years old. The FDA's advisory committee will meet February 15th to review Pfizer's data. The vaccine would then need to be authorized by the full FDA and the CDC.
The drama continues in Douglas County. New this morning, there's an effort to remove some school board members over allegations they tried to force the superintendent out behind closed doors. Now the superintendent's future will be discussed openly at a meeting in just a few hours. Denver 7's Colette Bordelon joins us live with the updates in this controversy that actually closed down schools yesterday. Colette.
Yeah, and as students head back to the classroom, there's no doubt that parents, teachers, staff will be watching what happens next with the superintendent very closely. There's an online petition going around right now calling for the removal of 3 school board members, saying they broke the law, violating open meeting laws. That petition, its goal is to get to 10,000 signatures. Already, they're just a couple hundred off. Those allegations from 3 school board members say the new board majority held closed-door meetings to try and force Superintendent Wise out. The superintendent has been with the district for over 2 decades, spending a little less than one of those in his current position. The claims sent shockwaves through the school district, with hundreds of teachers calling out sick yesterday and protesting the apparent secret actions of certain school board members.
If the allegations prove to be true, then we are going to see some really difficult times in Douglas County. We're going to see a mass exodus of individuals that just can't stay here.
The school board president told us earlier this week any formal decisions regarding the superintendent will be made in a public meeting, which is required by law. Tonight at 5, there's a special meeting for the school board, and on the agenda is discussing options for the superintendent's contract. It says they'll take actions as they find them appropriate. We'll, of course, be following up. Live this morning, Colette Bordelon, Denver 7.
Thank you, Colette. Denver leaders are laying out their plan to address an uptick in crime. Part of it expands on the precision policing model DPD began last summer, which identified 5 hotspots around town. Since then, Chief Paul Pazin says there's been a dramatic decrease in criminal activity in 4 of those 5 neighborhoods. DPD says its goal is now to get similar results in 3 new hotspots: 14th and Federal, Dartmouth and Havana, and La Pan and Mississippi. Illegal behavior at Union Station also has their attention. Since November, more than 500 arrests have been made at Union Station and in the downtown Denver area. DPD says it will work with RTD, case managers, and substance use navigators to curb drug activity.
Broncos president of football operations John Elway is responding to allegations against him in a lawsuit by a former NFL coach. Elway called claims from Brian Flores this week false and defamatory. He says he took Flores seriously as a head coach candidate back in 2019. Flores accused the Broncos of conducting a sham interview to satisfy the league's Rooney Rule, which requires teams to interview minority candidates. He also claimed Elway and CEO Joe Ellis appeared hungover and disinterested during the interview. Elway said he may have looked that way because of a flight in the middle of the night to meet with Flores. Our Broncos insider Troy Rank has the full response from Elway right now on thedenverchannel.com. Local coaches say the outcome of the Brian Flores lawsuit could have big implications for the next generation of professional coaches of color. Over the past year, diversity at the head coaching position in the NFL has actually decreased. There are now 3 head coaches of color and just 1 is black. Narcy Jackson and Kyle Reese are with Athletics and Beyond. It's a nonprofit that helps at-risk youth in the Denver Metro succeed on the field and in the classroom. They say the lack of diversity in coaching within the Broncos organization sends a negative message to Denver's youth.
Society teaches black and brown children in specific how to be employees. They do very little to teach them how to be employers.
I think the message is to young people there's even a limitation within the professional ranks.
Jackson and Reese say if the NFL is truly interested in diversity, they need to start recruiting diverse talent at the very top of each organization. Wednesday, Colorado marked Barney Ford Day and the start of Black History Month. Barney Ford was born into slavery, but his mother taught him to read. He escaped slavery and eventually built an elegant Victorian home in Breckenridge. The Breckenridge Heritage Alliance commissioned a Barney Ford snow sculpture at the Snow Sculpture Championships this year. It was a chance to call attention to Ford's legacy as one of Colorado's founders and an advocate for civil rights. His Breckenridge home is now a museum that's open to the public Tuesday through Sunday. Well, if you like cookies, this may be your favorite time of year.
Yeah, just wait for the knock on the door here. Girl Scouts will be picking up their cookies tomorrow at Waterworld, and they'll have them ready to sell. We asked Girl Scout IRELYN Bell about her favorite flavors.
I like the Samoas, the Tagalongs, and the Thin Mints. The Thin Mints, I just love like the like chocolatey and stuff. And with the tagalongs, it's like a peanut butter. It's almost like a Reese's, and I love Reese's. So, and the Samoas just like have caramel, and I like caramel too.
Yeah, you really can't go wrong here. There's a new cookie flavor called Adventurefuls, and she thinks it's delicious too.
It's like a nice chocolatey thing with like brownies inside it, a little bit of caramel with a little bit of caramel and sea salt.
I think she could sell me anything with her descriptions there. You know,
I'm like,
we've been breaking into the cookies already this morning. The Do-si-dos, yeah, classic.
Yeah, it's been a good breakfast.
Well, cookie sales only last for 5 weeks. You can buy them from your favorite Girl Scout or online at girlscoutsofcolorado.org. Amazon is hiking its membership prices. How much? You'll have to pay for Prime.
Also, dramatic video here. A dog rescued from a burning SUV. We're hearing from the Douglas County deputy who lifted Hank here to safety.